Hi, you're on a rock, floating in space, surrounded by more rocks, and gas, and a bunch of nothing, mainly. This is Gravity Guy, but most people call him Isaac Newton. One important thing he said is that force equals mass times acceleration. Now, what do all these words even mean? Force is a push or pull on something in a certain direction. Mass tells you how much of something there is, and it's also a measure of inertia, but we'll get to that later. And acceleration is the derivative of velocity with respect to time, but that's too many big words for my taste, so let's just say it's how fast your velocity is changing. If you know all the forces acting on a basketball midair, you can predict with 100% certainty if the ball will go in the hoop or your neighbor's windshield. Whoa, did an apple just fall on my head? Yes, Newton, it did. Yeah, that must have happened for a reason, said Newton, as he discovered that two masses attract one another, making the apple fall. Yes, even you, no matter how ugly you think you are, attract pretty much the whole universe, at least a little bit. One thing many people confuse is mass and weight, and no, they're not the same. Mass tells you how much of this blob there is, and weight is the force of gravity the blob would feel. To make things clear, your mass would be the same on the Earth and on the Moon, but the weight you would perceive is different because the Moon has a weaker gravitational pull, meaning a weaker force acting on your mass. So really, you're not overweight, you're just on the wrong planet. For example, get an ice cube, no, not that one, yeah, that's perfect, and put it in the sun. The sun will obliterate the ice cube and turn it into water. Looking at the structure of ice and water, we can see that ice is more neatly organized than water, which just kind of goes all over the place. Also, the water could look like this, or even this, but the ice will always look a little something like this. Some electrons apparently moved through some wires and let there be light. Wait a minute, this is just Newton's law of gravitation in disguise. This tells us that electric charges attract each other in a similar way masses do. Opposites want to cuddle, while like charges literally couldn't think of a more disgusting thing than to be with one another. But most of the spectrum is invisible to the human eye and is used for things such as Bluetooth, wireless charging, and confusing human apes into thinking magic is real.